Hi guys, my name is JP from FSiPanel.com. I would like to show you a new feature of FSiPanel for basic mode aircraft. It's called the basic mode aircraft because some user told me that they like to fly the aircraft that are actually supported by FSiPanel, but they also like to fly other airplanes. And as you know, FS6 and P3D, we have thousands of aircraft available. So there is a new mode on FSiPanel that you can use, it's the basic mode aircraft. It will let you add any aircraft you like in FSiPanel. The only difference is you'll be operating in basic mode. So you need to get airborne and the aircraft will be slew to the correct position, and you will then be able to fly your approach and get a landing report. So let me show you how that works. First we need to start FS6 to select our aircraft. Here I took a King Air 350 from Microsoft. And we need to create this aircraft in FSiPanel. So I bring FSiPanel, I will go to the aircraft here, and here we need to add a basic mode aircraft. Okay, I have to give a name, so I will put here King Air 350 JP, whatever you want. Then number of engines, this is a 2-engine aircraft, and here we have the parameters to be set. So here, altitude. If I select altitude, my airplane will be slewed at the correct altitude for the approach. So if you select a 4 miles final somewhere, you will be at the correct altitude to start a 3 degrees descent on the glide slope. Nav setting, do you want FSiPanel to make the nav setting for you? ILS, course. Barrel setting, do you want FSiPanel to put your correct QNH to set your barometric pressure to the correct local ambient pressure? And then we have the autopilot modes here, the autopilot altitude hold and the autopilot heading hold. These two modes will try to set your autopilot in heading and hold mode, altitude hold, so that your aircraft will fly straight for you to harm the approach, just like the extended mode aircraft. These modes, I cannot guarantee that they are working for all the aircraft available in FS6 or P3D. There is so many providers, developers. Sometimes they change the way to program the autopilot, and in that case probably it might not work. So this is something you have to keep in mind. You have to give a try. Your aircraft will be positioned correctly, maybe your autopilot will not be set, so you will have to fly immediately manually. So when we're ready, we create the aircraft. Aircraft created successfully. Do you want to use it? Yes. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to get airborne. This is the difference between the extended mode and the basic mode. So I will do my takeoff here on the King Air. The idea is just to get airborne, get to a safe altitude and fly straight and level, and then you can go in FSiPanel for the rest of your flight. So let's do the takeoff here, and on the right hand side we have the sea, so this is a safe area, so we'll go to the sea. Rotate, positive rate, gear up, and I will do an early right turn. Not very good, don't follow this example in real life. Better to go 500 feet or 1000 feet for your turn. But here we want to do a quick training scenario, so I will disregard this. Not very good. Alright, we are safe over the water. I will try to maintain 1000 feet, so I'm flying manually, and I reduce my thrust. So around 1000 feet, here we go. We trim the aircraft to maintain 1000. And now we can pause the simulator. So you can see I'm 1000 feet, the speed is around 180 knots. And now I bring my FSiPanel into view to let you see what happens. So I will select an airport here. Let's try Geneva. Normally they have bad weather at that time. The runway 23, and I want to be okay. We do a 4 miles ILS, it's good enough. Let's see the weather. I'm gonna try the actual weather in Geneva. Okay, so we see here we have nice showers of rain. Alright, so we have 10 kilometers, 20 degrees, and let's put some rain. Set the weather, and now we will push move aircraft. Okay, we'll go back to FS6. Here we go. And what happened in FS6 now? It will tell you, please check the correct heading altitude and mode and switch off pause to take control. So we have our autopilot here. The altitude is set to 2700 feet. This is what we wanted here for a 3 degrees glide slope at 4 miles. We have here the ILS frequency. We have the heading altitude hold, and we will try to release pause mode and see what happens. Okay, I put my flight director on, and now we can see that the aircraft is maintaining 2700 feet. The glide slope is here, so I can arm the approach, and the aircraft will fly the approach. So now we can use any aircraft you want. You can try, and you can fly your approach. Upon landing here, we get the same landing report as for the extended mode, as long as you select a runway that has an ILS approach, and then you can do basically what you want. So let's try something else. Now, as I have created this aircraft with a 2 engine, I can use the same profile for any other aircraft that has 2 engine. So let's try to select another aircraft. So I will take a Microsoft airplane, and let's see, we can take the Learjet. Let's try the Learjet. Okay, I take the Learjet, is flying. Speed is around 180 knots, fine. Okay, and I will pause. Alright, now we want to stay in Geneva, same thing, but I would like to have, let's say, a left-hand vectors. Okay, let's put it this way. We want to make a left-hand vectors. I would like to have here, this leg, I will make it a little bit longer to give me the time to check everything. So let's make this leg 6 miles. And then we want to be 8 miles final, that's good, and at 4,000 feet. Move aircraft, move aircraft. Here we go, 4,000 feet is set. The nav setting, we will see when we release pause. Alright, I release the pause and see what happens. Now the autopilot should be flying, maintaining the intercept heading here. The speed is 180 and we are maintaining 4,000 feet. So I can arm now the approach. And we should be capturing the localizer on the glide slope very soon, as you can see. Let's have a look here, we should see. Pretty bad weather today. We see the lake here, the runway will be on the left hand side as we are coming with a 30 degrees intercept. And we ask for 8 miles, I think, or 6 miles vectors. So this takes a little bit of time. But as you can see, we are nicely positioned at 4,000 feet. The autopilot is flying. So now you can fly your approach and get the landing reports. So the idea of this mode is to let you fly any airplane. You can choose a single engine, piston, turboprop, jets, anything you like. 2 engine, 3 engine. You can as well simulate the engine failure. So here if I want to simulate an engine failure, okay, I will try that. So we go to failure. Let's say I want to fail the engine number 1 and I will fail it when we pass in descent. Let's say we are at 4,000 when we pass 3,500 feet. So if you want a failure descending, you have to put minus. So minus 3,500 feet means when I pass 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet in descent, my engine number 1 will quit. Let's see. Engine fail when reaching 3,500 feet. Execute. Alright. Let's see, now we are getting on the localizer. The glide slope is alive. So this is a Microsoft Autopilot. They are not as good as PMDG, iFly, the Dash 8. All these beautiful aircraft which are payware but very good aircraft, they have a nice autopilot which works the same as almost the same as the one we have in the real airplane. Here in Microsoft, the autopilot is not flying that well. If you had a little bit of wind, you will see that it will be drifting. So now we are looking for the altitude, 3,500 feet, and see if we get the engine failure. Oh, look, N1 is dropping on number 1. So FSiPanel just give us the engine failure that we've requested. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is the new basic mode, so you can fly any aircraft you like just by slowing it to the position and using the weather engine of FSiPanel as well. Thank you for watching and wish you safe landing. Thank you.